Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
A Southern Kentucky deputy suffered serious injuries when he was shot responding to a call, but police say he is going to recover. That good news today after the McCreary County deputy, who had been on the force for less than a year, was shot outside a home on Lick Creek Road near Whitley City. WYMT's Phil Pendleton spoke to the sheriff about the deputy's recovery and tells us more about what happened.
A heavy police presence involving state police and federal agents surrounded Lick Creek Road into Wednesday afternoon from the violence that happened Tuesday night.
We were initially told it was a domestic dispute. I was later informed that it was a welfare check. The deputy and constable were en route.
28-year-old Dustin Tyler Watkins responded, but as he approached a car, several shots were fired. Watkins was hit, but he was wearing a bulletproof vest.
After the shooting occurred, the suspect then fled in his vehicle down the driveway out to Lick Creek Road, where he then struck the constable that was en route to the scene head on.
Police later found 48-year-old Mark L. Dungan, who was charged with attempted murder and numerous other charges. Mark Dungan does have a criminal record. In fact, he had just been arrested on June 30th from an incident in Pulaski County. He's facing terroristic threatening, resisting arrest, and public intoxication charges, and he was actually due in court this morning on those alleged offenses. Watkins was airlifted to UT Hospital, where the sheriff says surgery was successful. He read a statement thanking the many who rushed to his young deputy's aid.
I cannot begin to adequately express my gratitude for the outpouring of prayers and support from the community, wishing the best for this young man.
Watkins had only been a full-time deputy since July 1st and was set to enter the Law Enforcement Academy in Richmond. In McCreary County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
Mark Dungan will answer to the charges in McCreary District Court tomorrow. He's being held in the Leslie County Jail. A high-speed chase led police from Harlan County into Letcher County today. Here's some security video sent to us from Mountain Comprehensive Care. There you can see the chase making its way through downtown Whitesburg. Police tell us it started in downtown Harlan when the truck hit a car and took off. It finally ended back near the Harlan-Letcher County line. We have a reporter gathering more information on this chase, and we'll have that for you at 11. Police still need your help finding a man wanted for murder in Pike County. This is Charles Ray Blevins. Yesterday, state police issued a warrant for his arrest. They believe he shot and killed a man earlier this month near a park in South Williamson. He should be considered dangerous. Anyone with information should call 606-433-7711.
Well, it's been kind of a gloomy day here in the mountains. A few scattered rain chances here and there, but actually some of us starting to see a little bit of clearing. We'll go ahead and take a look up onto Interstate 64 in Moorhead. They've dealt with those clouds all day, those scattered rain chances as well. Peaks of sunshine at times. Like I said, starting to see some clearing out there. Even looking into Jackson, little peaks of sunshine. Temperatures right now near 80 degrees, but check out that dew point of 74. So definitely feeling muggy out there. That's what's making it feel like 85 out there. So look at those temperatures. We're really all into about those low to mid 80s. Our friends down into Harlan and Middlesboro, they're still in those mid to upper 70s as they're still dealing with a few of those scattered rain chances. But you see the feels like temperatures, especially out to the west, definitely feeling like the 90s looking over into parts of Lexington, Richmond, those upper 80s down into London and into Somerset. So we've seen those scattered rain chances due to the remnants of Hurricane Barry today. That'll continue as we head to the rest of those overnight hours and into your Thursday. I'll look at that full forecast coming up in just a few short minutes.
All right, Paige, thank you very much. This evening we are hearing from the man that first called police after a murder in Perry County. A Hope House volunteer says he dialed 911 in the early morning hours Sunday after someone there told him someone might be dead. WYMT's Connor James talked with him and has more.
Zachary Smith has volunteered at the Hope House in Hazard for more than a year.
Whenever me and my wife, we moved over here, like a couple of months after we moved in, we started volunteering.
He spent time being homeless himself, and he wanted to give back.
It was just, average night,
He never thought in his time volunteering he would hear this.
He told her that, someone's dead. And she's like, who? And he's like, Marlena. And she's like, how do you know?
He says apparently Lewis snuck in during the early morning hours Sunday. Someone saw him and told another person staying there. He never saw Lewis himself, though.
And she ended up telling me, like, straightforward, like, what happened. And that's when I called the cops.
Smith says he is shocked about the whole thing. He knew Lewis well.
You know, you wouldn't expect that out of him.
He also knew Marlena. He remembers her as a kind soul.
She was nice, you know, bubbly, you know, real outgoing.
And now he's just wondering why this happened and hoping for answers. In Perry County, Connor James, WYMT Mountain News.
And as we first reported last night at 11, the Hope House remains closed. This came following multiple threats against the facility yesterday. Tomorrow, there will be a closed meeting with city officials and agencies helping the homeless. The visitation for Marlena Holland Hurt begins tomorrow night at 6 at Ingle Bowling Funeral Home in Hazard. Her funeral is Friday at 2 at the Consolidated Baptist Church. There will also be a candlelight vigil later Friday night at Bobby Davis Park. Today, we also learned Anthony Lewis will make his first court appearance next week. The arraignment is set for Tuesday around 10 in the morning. Tonight, friends and family begin saying goodbye to an Eastern Kentucky mother who recently gave birth. Morgan Hall died from complications related to HELLP syndrome, a rare pregnancy complication. There is a celebration of life service for Hall at Heinemann Funeral Services tonight until 9 p.m. Her infant son is still at UK Hospital. He is a Big Blue Nation superfan, talk show host, and Bell County native. He's also been eyeing a U.S. Senate run for a couple of years. But recently his rhetoric about the office and his opposition has gotten louder. WYMT's Will Puckett met up with Matt Jones today to talk about his possible political future.
Tuesday, his world was turned upside down.
As I was about to take the drive up 119 to get here, found out that they have decided to pull me off of the Hey Kentucky television show until I make my decision about whether or not I'm going to run for Senate.
Matt Jones, the host and brainchild behind Kentucky Sports Radio and Hey Kentucky, has been eyeing a run for Senate for a while, but recently it has gotten more serious.
Had Amy McGrath launched successfully and raised all that money, it would have been almost impossible for someone else to win.
On his radio and TV shows, he has made no secret about his distaste for the current political climate.
If you're a politician, you can raise millions of dollars from people all over the country, not in Kentucky, flood the airwaves with ads, and that's okay. But somebody who built a show from scratch that is his profession somehow is not allowed to be on the air.
Now he is being pulled from the show, Hey Kentucky.
I get it. I understand. I disagree with it.
While he understands, this is not speeding up his decision-making process. He still has until December to file and is taking his time.
And that's why ultimately you have to make the decision that's best. You know, at the end of the day, I'm going to wake up one day and I'm just going to know, and then that's what I'm going to do. And, you know, I'm going to disappoint people either way, right? And I'm going to make people happy either way.
It is a decision Jones is leaving up to God and his gut. But he knows that if he decides to throw his hat in the ring, it is something that could change his life forever. In Pikeville, Will Puckett, WYMT Mountain News.
Today was Jones's last day on his Hey Kentucky television program on WLEX until he makes his decision. Republican Governor Matt Bevin and Democratic challenger Andy Beshear clashed today during a forum. Speaking at Kentucky Farm Bureau headquarters in Louisville, Beshear said that a push to bring charter schools to Kentucky will hurt public education. Beshear says charter schools will divert resources away from public schools. Bevin fired back that it's nonsense to claim that competition in education will be bad for Kentucky communities. The two also exchanged personal attacks.
The reality is you blow a lot of smoke, you make a lot of promises, you file a lot of lawsuits, you fight this administration and you fight this state for political reasons.
What I've heard very often from the governor is you should choose the person that you would want to leave in charge of your company. Would it be a person that would attack, bully, and demean your employees?
The two candidates in the November election also stressed their support for rural communities. Multiple thefts in Floyd County are making some feel unsafe tonight. WYMT's Marianne Fletcher talked with one woman who says she never thought this would happen to her. Well, obviously having some problem with the audio there. We'll try to get back to that. Moving on now, Gear Up East Kentucky is working with BitSource to help spread the coding bug to students across the region. Today, nearly 20 students from Pike and Floyd counties gathered at Big Sandy Community and Technical College's Pikeville campus for the App Inventor Camp. Students were introduced to coding principles to see how apps work and how to create them. The students will create apps of their own during the 3-day camp. College and career navigator Corey Mullen says this camp is a way to bring new career ideas to students.
A new vocation is the biggest takeaway from this, a new skill that they can learn, take out into this world, and hopefully maybe one day we have some programmers and coders here.
The camp will continue through Friday, which is when the students will showcase the apps they have created.
And we'll hang on to those scattered rain chances tonight and even a little bit into your Thursday. Drying out and warming up, though, as we head into your Friday and into your Saturday as well. I'll have a look at that full forecast coming up in just a few short minutes.
Plus, it is National Hot Dog Day. We'll show you how some celebrated at a London Staples.